إذاعة صوت الجالية تقدم ساعة مع الجالية. إعداد وتقديم الإعلامي محمد سعيد الوافي.
مرحبا بكم مستمعي الكرام، وأهلا وسهلا بكم في حلقة جديدة من برنامج ساعة مع الجالية. ساعة مع الجالية اليوم يحتفي بشخصية جديدة، شخصية السيد باسم منصور، وهو أحد أنجح رجال الأعمال في العاصمة الأمريكية واشنطن. جاء صغيرا، تبع والده في مهنته ونجح، وهو اليوم يدير he's managing، يعني يدير أكبر مؤسسة من مؤسسات العرب الأمريكيين في العاصمة واشنطن، وهي مؤسسة مايكل أنسون. مايكل أنسون وباسم منصور الاثنان يفهمان اللغة العربية، ولكنهما لا يتكلمان اللغة العربية، لكن يفهمانها جيدا. وبالتالي سوف يعودني في هذه الحلقة زميلي الكاتب الدكتور عاطف عبد الجواد الذي يتقن اللغة الإنجليزية، وسوف نترك له الميكروفون. عاطف، مساء الخير. اليوم أنت أمريكي 100%.
نعم، أنا أتحدث الإنجليزية وقليلا من العربية، وأرحب اليوم بضيفي هنا باسم منصور، رئيس شركة مايكل أنسون، أحد النماذج المشرفة في الجالية العربية. سوف أحاوره باللغة الإنجليزية إلا إذا اختار هو أن يتنقل ما بين العربية والإنجليزية لاستعراض مهاراته اللغوية.
نعم، أولا دعني to thank Mr. Basim. Can you believe now everybody starts calling you Michael Anson?
No, I can't believe it. It's very entertaining.
And I heard you saying that I choose to be Basim, and that's it.
Well, actually, I was born with the name Basim. So
very good.
It's who I am.
First of all, I want to thank you on behalf of all the team of ACR, Arab Community Radio in Washington, D.C. for giving us this support and for being with us, and also for expressing your interest in giving us a push, and that's great from your side. I would also make a clear call to all youth, Arab Americans, that Basim is the right example. Follow his way and you will be able to make the American dream. عاطف.
أرجو من السادة مستمعينا والسيدات أيضا الاتصال بنا للمساهمة في هذا النقاش الذي سيبدأ بعد لحظة مع الأستاذ باسم منصور. رقم التليفون للاتصال بنا هو 703-337-2952 بالعربي 703-337-2952. الآن باسم منصور،
نعم.
If I want to ask you to start from the beginning, what is the beginning you would start with?
Okay, well, actually, I have on my website at the About Us page, I kind of wrote out my family history. So my father, Ajah Minhon min Palestine, when he was a young man, he quit school and worked like many people did in the time to help take care of their family. Ajah Hon اشتغل زي كهربجي. He met my mom, and then they got married, and then I came around about 10 months later.
Well, your dad came from Palestine. Which part exactly? What city, town in Palestine?
أبوي من جفنة وأمي من رام الله. So
and have you ever been to Ramallah?
I've been to Ramallah, and it was a very beautiful country, and it's just hard for me to go back.
Right, I understand. But have you tried to go to your father's neighborhood?
I رحت هناك على جفنة. I saw Jifna. It was a beautiful little town, and I saw it was beautiful. And I hope one day to bring my kids over there كمان فرجوهم بيت أبوهم. بيت أبوه.
جدهم.
جدهم. صح.
Right. So you sort of followed the steps of your dad.
I was always working مع أبوي all my life. Aboui, we were never rich. We always had problems. We had cars repossessed عشان ما دفعناش and
القسط يصير the loan yes,
the loan.
bank.
Yeah,
Okay.
we had الكهرباء turned off, the electricity, utilities turned off. All kinds of problems they hit. And but it's البيت can with love. It had a lot of love in it, a lot of respect, a lot of hard work. My parents were good people, very nice people. Aboui, he would borrow money to lend you money,
Okay, well that's a very unusual.
Very, very nice man, very nice man. So بس أبوي مات الله يرحمه. He mات almost 25 years. This June 1st will be 25 years. He died at the age of 47. 47.
Oh, quite young.
I was 19. I was in university as like a community college.
Mm-hmm.
And I had أمي I had أختي and I had to take care of my family. So I quit school and I took over الشركة. بس الشركة كانت صغيرة. It was just شغيل واحد. One truck وشغيل واحد. And that was it. So أول 10 سنين بعد أبوي مات, it's like my college years. It's all the time I spent learning كل شيء. It's everything wrong. What I have to not to do. بعدين آخر 15 سنين هون, it's me learning and doing what I do know هلا.
And I believe your dad, Allah يرحمه,
شكرا.
loved
نعم.
فيروز, and because he loved فيروز to his soul, إلى روحه نادي هذه الأغنية.
ساعة مع الجالية، حلقة خاصة نحاور فيها رمزا من رموز الجالية العربية ومثلا يقتدى. باسم منصور رئيس شركة مايكل أند سون، مرحبا بك مرة أخرى. Welcome again. I see that you are wearing your uniform, your shirt, which has the label Michael and Son. You must be a very proud president. You are president of a company, but you look like you are just a regular worker in the company.
Well, I'm not the president. My title that I have is proud son, not president.
Oh, okay. Proud son.
That's what I am. I'm proud son.
Tell us about how the name Michael and Son came about.
Aboui اسمه Musa, and his English was bad, and everybody called him Mike. That's how it is. So he became Mike, and so when he made his company name, it was just Michael and Son.
So Son is you, right?
That's me.
طيب. Tell me how come now you are known to this very day by the name Basim.
نعم.
So while your father, his name was changed from Musa to Michael,
yes.
How come you persisted?
I was very proud of my heritage, the fact that we're Palestinian, and I'm proud of who I am as an Arab and stuff like that, and I didn't want to change my name. It's who I am. I'm proud of being Basim Mansour, son of Musa and Ibn Zihab.
Right. And you never had any linguistic problem from your clients or customers dealing with the name with a foreign name, let's say.
If they had a problem, it was their problem. It wasn't my problem.
Right. And I can understand, because that's my typical answer to when somebody says, how do you pronounce your name? I see that as their problem, not mine.
It's not my problem.
You just look at my name, read it, and you will figure it out.
I try to help them, and they get it. Everybody says it okay.
Right. So tell me about the difference now in the status of the company and the success of the company from the day your late dad passed away to today.
Yeah, sure. So after he died in 1990, it was just a one-truck operation with one shaghila, and the first 10 سنين بعد مات, it was my learning of everything of what not to do. بعدين in 99, it's almost 15 years, I just figured I wanted just to concentrate on doing service work, residential service work. So we grew from having 3 trucks at the end of 99 to over 600 trucks on the road with close to 1,000 people working. We've got offices in Baltimore, all the way down south to Charlotte, North Carolina, which is about 8 hours by car driving.
Right, it's quite an expansive area you are covering.
Yes,
now.
sir.
Atif, we have a surprise for Mr. Basim. We had one of his friends in Washington, D.C. As a matter of fact, we couldn't get somebody from Lebled because he's the only one that has the phone book. We couldn't get somebody from Jordan, or from Amman, or from
Palestine.
But we have somebody very interesting. We have somebody very, very close to Basim, and Basim is proud of him too, as a proud friend. He knows that Saba Shami is one of the guys that made this community better. He's one of the guys that tried to push this community toward a better future, a better political contribution, and a better representation. Saba Shami is with us on the phone, and he would like to say that he loves. Saba, the phone is yours.
I have known Mr. Mansour most of his life, I guess. I've known him since 82, 83, and I've seen how the company, when he took the company over after his late father died, and he developed it into the great company that it is now, and with close to 1,000 employees and presence on the whole East Coast. The bottom line in his operation is service, and he's done a tremendous job paying attention to growth with a serious respect for the customer and taking care of his employees. And this is something to be very, very proud of, that a member of the community has done such a tremendous job developing a small family business into a giant regional company.
Saba, I have a quick question. We know Michael as a businessman. We know Basim, Michael and Son, as a huge business outlet in the United States, and it may grow more and more. Now, Basim, the proud Arab, Basim, the proud community member, Basim, the proud friend. How do you see his contribution in stimulating our community to be a better community?
Well, first of all, he's been a key supporter of many of the projects in the community, meaning the Northern Virginia community. But additionally, he's been generous also with his time and resources with the Arab American community. He's been quite helpful to developing excellent relationship that we have with many elected officials here locally and statewide. He's in the past made possible of some of his commercial space to be used for receptions, and a tremendous asset to the community. I have had the honor of working with him for the past 18 years or so, and I guess I'm a bit biased because I consider myself a member of the Michael and Son family.
Yeah, wouldn't he be a good representative of the Arab community in the whether at the state or at the Congress? I'm sure Basim is going to hate me for this question.
Well, I think he would be a good representative, not for the Arab community. He would be a great representative for Northern Virginia, and that's something that does not require much thinking.
Basim is scratching his eyes. He's scratching his eyes. He says, "Oh, Muhammad, we didn't agree on this question."
Well, let's put it this way. I have, in the past, mentioned to him the possibility of doing something political. I think come the right time, he, I'm sure, would not be unsusceptible. He most probably will be interested. But I think right now he's trying to fortify the company in such a way that it not necessarily be on pilot driver, but have the human power, the manpower that runs a successful company with or without his daily attention to the business. And then he really can do all kinds of things. Specifically, when it comes to politics, you need someone who has the compassion for social agendas, as well as the ability to really look into ways to improve quality of life and economics for many in the area. I think knowing how he expanded his company, especially in the past 6-7 years, he went from Northern Virginia to adding most of the Commonwealth of Virginia to serious parts of Maryland, all the way to Philly and down to North Carolina. So, the 95 corridor should at some point be called the Michael and Son corridor, to be honest with you.
Saba Shami, thank you very much for your call. And let me get back to Basim Mansour. I know that we probably have 2 more phone calls, but before we get to the second phone call, let me just ask you, you said that you provide home improvement services. What area exactly are you focused in that area?
We provide residential, electrical, plumbing, heating, cooling. In the Northern Virginia area, we also have a remodeling business here that does kitchens, bathrooms, stuff like that. We do probably in excess of 4,000 plus jobs per week.
That's wonderful.
That's the volume we do. We do about a little over 4,000 jobs a week.
Okay, let's now take the next phone call. Mr. Muhammad Saeed Al-Wafi has a phone call ready for us.
We have a caller. Yes, who's on caller, please?
Yes, hi, this is Chris Thompson calling in.
Okay, Chris Thompson is Michael's and Son employee, and he would like to tell something about his great boss, proud boss, and the company also.
First of all, he's on the payroll, first of all.
Yes, Chris. Chris, is Basim a bad boss? Is he a tough boss?
He's tough, but he loves everyone. It's tough love.
Yeah, you may tell me you don't want to be fired. That's why.
Yeah, right. It's tough love, but you know what? It motivates us to get things done. I've had the pleasure of working for him for about almost 5 years now, and a lot of what you see is a selfless, compassionate individual who cares about his community, who cares about his employees. One of the things that I'm proud to be a part of is the Helping Hands program that he helped establish for the community.
Is he at the office? Is he at the office before you guys?
I'm sorry?
Is he at the office before you guys?
Of course, he's probably, almost 12 hours a day. It's such an example for everybody else.
And he doesn't drink coffee, by the way. He doesn't drink coffee.
No, he does not drink coffee, no.
Wow.
But, it's been a pleasure because one of the things that we've done is we've started a program for the community called Helping Hands. And that's the nonprofit side of Michael and Son. That, what we do is when we get calls or emails or letters from people in need in the community, he's more than willing to help them out. So we document these projects and we go out there and, out of the kindness of his heart, he goes out and he donates his service to these families.
One more question before I get you talk to Mr. Atif. Two things that Basim never liked in his job. What would you think of?
Two things that he doesn't like in his job?
Yes.
In his two things he does, you mean as far as what he doesn't like to see, or what do you mean?
Yeah, what he doesn't like to see. What would make him really mad?
If you don't fulfill your potential. That's what he wants from everybody, is to do the most that they can to meet your full potential.
Wow. And one more thing. I had an appointment with him at 3 o'clock, and you know what? At 3 o'clock sharp, he was driving his working truck to the door.
He must be non-Arab.
Right. No. But by the way, Atif, why you say that?
Well, because I have a zillion of Arab friends, and give them an appointment. No, let them give you an appointment. They make the time. They make the appointment. They never show up on time.
Well,
that's if they.
Basim is an Arab. He's an Arab American. That means that where you born, where you grow up, and how you've been educated. Which means we are not born missing our appointments. We are born like any other human, and I guess the way he was educated makes him to respect his appointment. I guess if you bring an Arab child to United States, he's gonna be very obedient to his to the way you educated him.
Okay, please take it from me as a joke. Okay, no more than that.
I know you are hurt by many appointments, and me too. But let's have a conversation between Chris and Basim. Chris, what would you always remember? What would you always remember about Basim, if ever you're not working with him anymore?
I think that, like I said, he's probably one of the most compassionate and selfless individuals that I've met. It's not, it's not one of those things where it's because I work for him, but I respect him not only as a boss but as a family man and as a person. You have to kind of see him in his everyday to really understand it and see just what he does. And I think that, I encourage everybody to take the time to go onto our YouTube page and take a look at the videos and take a look at what Basim does. He uses his time, his personal time, to visit these families and make sure that they have what they need, and he takes care of the issues that they may have with their home out of just the kindness of his heart, and that just kind of resonates for us.
Okay, Chris, thank you so much for your call, and we'll be expecting to seeing you again in the future doing a better and better job with Basim. Thank you so much for your call. Atif.
Now, Basim Mansour, let me go back to something you said about your dad.
Naam.
You said that he actually borrowed money to help others.
He would borrow money if he needed to help you.
Right.
Yes.
So, looking at yourself, are you like that too? What is your best feature about yourself? Self-assessment.
I think I just treat people fairly. That's all. I mean, I have compassion. I try and do the best I can for people. But at the end of the day, I just treat people fairly, and I live by a very simple rule that, it's my word is my life, and I do what I can to make sure my word is always straight. And, that's what I'm proud of, is just that I keep my word. And so my compassion, my word, I don't know what you want to say, but that's it.
But that's again a sign that you are non-Arab. Where is my friend Muhammad Al-Wafi? He's going to protest.
I will stop you there, and I'll say that I'm the best of both worlds. I'm the best of being an Arab, the proudness of the nationality, the proudness of the heritage, the proudness of the family principles that we have, and also the best of being an American.
Right. Let's turn to talk a little about your mom. Now, we talked about your dad.
Naam.
Tell me about Dorha. How did she influence yourself and your career and everything?
My mother, Siham?
Yes.
She was just...
Yes,
Naam.
she's Siham. Unless, do you have two mothers? Or
No,
what?
no, Siham it is, Siham.
Siham, okay.
My mother was...
Yeah, no, he has only one, I'm sure.
One mother. My mother, I mean, every person's going to say great things about their mother, but my mother was a very selfless person, and she's somebody who, had my back. She's someone, she stood behind me and supported me and just always had my back, and I can't say enough.
You are the only child?
Ana أختي, Joanna.
Right,
Ana
Joanna.
So,
Okay, tell us about Joanna as well.
Joanna is a great girl. She's somebody that's my sister and somebody I've known all her life.
Right.
She's married. Hella, she's got a beautiful son named Zain, and she's married to a wonderful guy named Shahada, and they're both great people, very nice people.
You were the older than your sister.
I'm older than my sister.
So she has the younger sister's normal complaints about the big brother?
No, I think she loves me. She loves me. Sometimes.
طيب أعتقد هذا وقت فاصل للإعلانات.
We'll be back with Basim Mansour, a story of success.
إذاعة صوت الجالية تقدم ساعة مع الجالية. إعداد وتقديم الإعلامي محمد سعيد الوافي. ساعة مع الجالية نواصل فيها تسليط الضوء على قصة نجاح أحد أبناء الجالية, proud son of Michael and son Basim Mansour. Mr. Mansour, now we talked a little about your dad, we talked about your mother, Siham, we talked about Joanne. I want to switch now to let you talk to us about your own children and how you deal with them now that you have a mixed background when they are born in the U.S., I suppose.
Naam, yes.
Naam.
I have two boys. I have Musa al-Awwal. He's 13. I have Tamer. And they're great guys. We work hard on keeping them simple. We work hard on teaching them good work ethics. I try. We've gone out a few times. We're going to do a little more. We go out. I take my sons out in the field with my shaghila. And once they get old enough, inshallah, I'll give them to one of the guys, the plumbers, electricians, and let them work like I worked.
Wonderful, wonderful. How do you feel? How do they feel about the kind of work you do?
I think I know they love me, and I think they respect me, and they're proud of me, and I'm happy about that. That makes me very happy.
That's very good. You haven't taken your children yet to Ramallah.
I haven't done that yet. I'm waiting, inshallah, for better times, and soon one day, inshallah, it'll be there.
Great. Now, Michael and Son, obviously, when you look at the title and you don't know the person behind the company, it's just a regular name, all-American name. And my question to you is, within the community, when somebody from the community calls up Michael and Son for requesting a service, how much is the percentage within the community that they really know you are actually Basim Mansour?
I don't know what they know. I know that, I don't really normally, I'm the call center. We have a big call center in Richmond. It's got almost, 80 people inside of it. So I don't hear the phone calls. But, I don't think many people know that I'm Arab. I know that for a fact. They're always surprised by that.
That they don't know or they do know?
They have no idea that I'm Arab.
Right. That was really the purpose of my question. Yeah, I know that for any regular American guy, they are calling Michael and Son, and it's an all-American company, an all-American name. But I was just wondering whether members of the Arab American community here are aware that they should be calling you, if nothing else, if not for your excellent work and service, at least because you are one of them.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'd rather people call me because we're a good company. And that's all I care about.
That's wonderful. You're a modest guy. Do you still feel homesick somehow to some of the Arab or Egyptian or Palestinian music other than Fairuz?
My wife is from Jordan. She's only been in America for only 14 years. So she's every single morning when she's getting dressed, I hear her music playing and she's singing and she's happy, and so I see it all day long.
But that's what your wife does. What you personally don't feel like, waking up one morning and playing a certain song for yourself.
I listen to my wife. That's my music.
What a wonderful thing! I'm sure she loves that. Do we have a phone call? Okay, let's go ahead and take that phone call. Please, sir, introduce yourself and go ahead.
الو السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
مع حضرتك محمد منصور، أهلا بيك.
أهلا أستاذ محمد، أهلا بيك، تفضل.
أهلا بيك. أنا الحقيقة مبسوط جدا من الإذاعة بتاعتكم ومن الفكرة اللي أنتوا عملتوها، يعني كانت بتسد فراغ إحنا كلنا كمغتربين في أمريكا بنحس بيه. أخيرا لقينا حد ممكن يكون بيتكلم لغتنا وبيعبر عن مشاكلنا اللي إحنا بنحس بيها. فيعني
Thank you very much. الراديو بيتكلم عربي. The radio speaks Arabic.
بالضبط كده.
أيوة. عندك أي سؤال للأستاذ باسم منصور؟ يعني أنت طبعا أنتوا قرايب، أنت محمد منصور وهو باسم منصور. أهلا وسهلا بالعائلة.
أهلا وسهلا.
يا رب نكون العرب، المفروض يعني العرب كلهم عيلة واحدة، يعني يا رب نفضل دايما كده.
واحد من فلسطين وواحد من مصر، بس مش مشكلة يعني.
We're Arabs.
Exactly.
Right. Thank you, Ustaz Muhammad Mansour. If you have any specific question for Mr. Basim Mansour هنا.
والله أنا كنت بس عايز أهنيكم على البرامج بتاعتكم، وكنت عايز يعني أتكلم شوية لو ممكن الإذاعة عندكم تبتدي تركز شوية على مشاكل الهجرة اللي بنعاني منها العرب، لأن دي يعتبر حاجة مؤثرة شوية، وصوتنا عادة ما بيبقاش مسموع في النقطة دي بالذات، ودي نقطة حساسة جدا بالنسبة عموما للمهاجرين وبالنسبة للعرب على وجه الخصوص يعني.
I think that's a good idea, but I believe that this show ساعة مع الجالية has a constant feature where we get an immigration lawyer, attorney. I think his name is Burqan.
Samer Burqan. He knows him.
And we are willing and we welcome any question, problems. The guy is, his doors are wide open for any consultation on the telephone, on the radio.
And Basim, if I may, please.
Yeah.
Basim, I'm sure he's very familiar with constantly with this issue, because with so many employees that he has, handymans all over the U.S., I guess you confronted a lot of challenges in the immigration law. And if you have any opinion about the immigration law that you feel like it'll be making your business better, Basim.
Well, I'm all for anybody who wants to work in America and be a contributor to America. They should be allowed to be part of that contribution. I think America is based on كل العالم working together in a melting pot of people from all balads. And as long as someone can be a positive effect on society, I think everybody should be welcome. Those type of people are all welcome, I think, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Do you have any of your workmen from the community, Arab American?
Of course,
community?
yes, many.
Yes.
My المدير المحل اسمه إلياس موسى, and he is from Syria. He was born in Lebanon.
That's good. And also you have Latino workers also.
I have everybody.
You have the world, right?
I have the whole melting pot. I have كل العالم.
أيوة.
Basim, we said almost everything except that one question.
No.
I want you to look at my eyes and answer me this question.
I'm looking at your eyes.
Are you happy in what you are doing?
Habibi, I'm happy every single time I see my family. I'm happy every single time I'm home. I'm happy with my family. So whatever you have in life, it's money is really just
comes and goes.
It's nothing. Money is just a commodity. It's just a piece of wood. it's a rock. It's nothing. It's just, but what you have in your life is your family, and I'm happy every single time I'm home with my family.
So now when your family has an electrical problem, wiring or plumbing, who do they go to?
They go to my wife.
Basim,
Naam.
talking about Michael and Son, and talking about many other companies in the U.S. That contribute every year in making this country a greater and better country by paying their taxes and by. Do you think that part of your success is because you are in America? How would Michael and Son be if you are in another African country or an Arab country?
I will say this. I was thinking about this earlier, and I said, I've always say to people, America's probably one of the greatest countries in the world to work. The difference between maybe America and maybe an Arab country is, in Arab countries there's a lot of wasta that needs to happen, a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And in America,
Pushes.
there are a lot of issues. But in America, it's if you work really hard and work intelligently, and you have passion, where you work with all your heart and work with all your mind and your soul to work towards a goal and not give up until you reach a goal, then you will become successful. You should become successful in America. I'm living proof. I had nothing when I started. When I'm at Abu Mat, we had to borrow $5,000 Ashan to bury my father, and it's been for 10 years. It was what an issue. We had no money. We had one issue. So I'm proof of that.
That's really a powerful message to all the community, and also especially young people. And in fact, I was going to ask you, and I may still go ahead and ask you, if you have, other than what you just said, if you want to deliver a specific message to young people, starting your age when you started, you're 19 years old. What would you urge them to do to attain success, to turn their dreams into reality?
I'll tell you, I give you the formula right now for success. Right. There's a story. It's a very fast story.
Right.
This guy, he saw this very successful guy, and he said, "How do I become successful?" Like you said, if you come tomorrow morning to the beach, I'll teach you everything you need to know to become successful. So he said, come at 6 in the morning. So the guy comes at 6 in the morning. He's wearing his business suit. He's dressed for success. The guy says, come into the water a little bit. I'll teach you. The guy's like, I'm not dressed for lalmai, but he came into the water. He said, no, come in deeper, shway, come in deeper. And then now he's up to his waist. He says, no, that's not deep enough. Ta'al shway, come on, show more. So all the way to his neck. When he got to his neck, Al-Zalama, the success guru, the teacher, took him by the head and shoved him under the water, almost to drown him. So لما الزلمة كان تحت الماء, he was almost passing out. Before he passed out, he pulled him out of the water. He's trying to breathe now. He's catching his breath. And he says, man, you tried to kill me. You tried to mouth me. And he says, how are you teaching me success? He says, when you want success as much as you want to breathe, when you want to be successful as much as you want to breathe, then you'll become successful. So if I was to give somebody advice, you need to have and drive for success as much as you want to breathe, number one. And number two, don't quit. Don't quit. Push like as much as you want to breathe. This is your life. Be dedicated to it. Don't quit. And then be focused on it. A lot of people, the biggest problem people have is they go all over the place. And I always tell my managers, you can only serve one master. You can't serve all things at once. So you should be focused, driven, and never quit. And then that's the key. Nothing else.
Driven, never quit, and
laser focused. Yes, sir.
We'll be back in a second. إذاعة صوت الجالية تقدم ساعة مع الجالية. إعداد وتقديم الإعلامي محمد سعيد الوافي. ساعة مع الجالية، هذه الحلقة الخاصة نكرسها لحوار مع باسم منصور أحد رموز الجالية العربية الأمريكية هنا في الولايات المتحدة، الرموز الناجحة. هو طبعا proud son of his father, of his mother, and proud son of Michael and Son, إحدى أكبر شركات
That's
الخدمات.
very creative, by the way. It's very creative to call somebody, instead of calling himself the president, he called himself proud son.
أكيد طبعا. It's very powerful. ولذلك I want to ask باسم منصور معنا في الاستوديو الآن. وطبعا لمن لم يتابعونا من البداية أود أن أشرح أن باسم طبعا هو عربي أمريكي فلسطيني أمريكي، لكنه طبعا من الأسهل عليه بالنظر لأنه بدأ في سن صغيرة. اللغة العربية يعني مش سلسة تماما.
No, but that's another issue, Basim. You think, by the way, Basim, let me tell you something.
نعم.
This is not a paid programming. We don't have Basim Mansour here because we are doing advertisement. We are as a radio, proud radio also of Basim Mansour as member of our Arab American community. So I just want to make clear to our listeners that we don't honor a successful or a story of success because that story makes us some benefits. No, we do that because we are really and deeply convinced that the person deserves to be on the spot, and he's on the spot because of what he's done. But one thing we're going to blame him for is the Arabic. When Basim will be able to give a speech in Arabic.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a
But
problem.
at least his wife at home, he just said that she comes from Jordan, and I have to assume that she knows a little bit better Arabic
She's
than
beautiful in Arabic.
you. Right. So every morning she has to teach you one word before you leave the house.
When I married my wife, I wanted to marry an Arab girl, Ashan. I wanted to strengthen my language, and I wanted my kids to speak perfect Arabic. And I love my wife, but my wife came here, she wanted to learn English.
So, okay. So if I let me test you. Let
Naam.
the listeners test you now. How about if you tell us in Arabic one whole complete sentence in pure Arabic?
I don't speak Farsi. That's
مش فصحي. Yes. Whatever dialect you have.
أنا فلاحي من فلسطين.
Yes.
So-
تفضل بلغة الفلاحين الفلسطينيين.
Yes.
تفضل. Go ahead.
شكرا.
Right.
So anyway, محمد تلفني, and I was كتير مبسوط عشان he was very nice و كتير كويس and respectful, and it was كل شيء it's كتير
أيوة قلت لك اللغة العربية معصلة جماعك.
بس it was a big honor.
Right.
كتير big honor وكل شيء, and I'm happy to be here and part of what you were doing.
We are proud of you, and we are proud of every single successful member of our community, and we invite people, our audience, please contact us. Let us know about stories of success within the Arab community. Everybody should be able to feel honored and recognize examples of successful Arab Americans. Let me ask you, we have a few minutes remaining. Basim Mansour, what is your dream for the future now, the career? How do you want to see your company grow in the future?
I'll be honest, كل شيء, everything I need, everything I want, I have. I just want to continue to be happy. I just want to, inshallah, one day have my kids be strong and hardworking, and I want them to always be wanting and driven. I don't want them to be full. I don't want them to be shab'een. I don't want them to be, I want them to be hardworking, and I want them to be wanting to work hard.
So your personal happiness derives from your family's happiness.
Yes. Zay Immi, she was always selfless and just always wanting to take care. I want, my happiness is seeing my children not be lazy and not be taking things for granted, and not wanting them to see them become successful on their own way.
Great, that's great. I want our audience within the Arab American community to know that they are listening to Basim Mansour. He has a company, services, electrical, plumbing, remodeling, and the company's name is, maybe I don't need to promote it, it's Michael and Son. It's everywhere. But I want
Pride.
Nah, but I want the Arab American community to remember that every time they see the sign, the banner, Michael and Son, to know and remember that it belongs to Basim Mansour, an Arab American successful businessman who also inherited the success story, smaller version of it, from his late father, and was supported and encouraged by his mother. Okay, you have 1 minute, Basim, to tell the Arab American community something special. What would you tell them?
I would say, first of all, the reason I came here is because Muhammad was very nice in what he was describing. I am not only a proud son, I'm a proud Palestinian and a proud Arab. I always refer to myself as Palestinian and Arab, and it's my heritage and something I love, and I wish and pray to God that Arabs are not viewed as being something bad in this world, but being something beautiful and great. So I'm praying to God that we all have peace, ma'kul ba'd, and just that we work hard to make our name better as Arabs.
And on behalf of our team also, we said we are a proud radio of Basim Mansour and Michael and Son. Thank you so much, Basim.
Shukran. Look at the clapping.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to
Shukran
have
to you.
you.